Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to show you the easiest way that you can create a paid membership site inside of Webflow. Let's do it. All right, so today we're going to be using something called Memberstack 2.0 to build our membership site inside of Webflow. Now, I absolutely love Memberstack. The only issue with them, and I've mentioned this in the past, is that their documentation, their tutorials on their website, they're scattershot. They're very hard to follow, and there's no real step-by-step checklist that a beginner can follow to quickly and easily get a paid membership site set up inside of Webflow. So my goal in this video is to save you all a ton of time by distilling all that documentation into one easy to follow 10-step checklist that we can get through here in probably 20 minutes, all right? So let's get your paid membership sites up and running. Let's hop right into it. All right, so the first step in building a paid membership site inside of Webflow is we need to structure our website correctly. Now, in order to do that, we need to have a clear vision of what our goal is going to be for this paid membership site. So let me take a quick step back here and show you exactly what our goal is in this video. So in this video, we're gonna have 3 different paid subscription plans that you can subscribe to on your website. One, the basic plan for 25 bucks, an intermediate plan for 50 bucks, and an advanced plan for 100 bucks a month, all right? With each of these plans, you get access to a different new piece of content. So if you sign up for the basic plan, you get a newsletter. If you sign up for intermediate, you get newsletter and the online course. And if you sign up for the advanced plan and you pay $100 a month, you get all 3 pieces of gated content. All right, so with that in mind, let me show you how we're gonna structure our website to achieve this goal. All right, so as you can see, I have a few pages set up here. I have a page called Membership Home. All right, this is basically our landing page. This is where people are gonna come, they're gonna log in, they're gonna sign up, they're gonna see basically the landing page of whatever our website is. All right, so we have that. We have a pricing page, which you've already seen. All right, we have a sign up and a login page that look very similar to this. All right, we can sign up and log in. We then have our dashboard page. This is where people are going to be brought upon logging in or upon signing up, all right? So this is gonna be the home page for a paying subscriber. Once they pay, they are brought here and then they can access their content, their gated content with these links up here, or they can update their profile or log out, all right? So that's our goal there. And then like I just mentioned, we have a profile updating page, which I'll show you how to build. And then just our basic gated content. So we have our newsletter, will be on that page. Our online course will be on that page. And I just have dummy pictures there now, but this is where your content's gonna go, all right? So that is how I am structuring this paid membership site. That is step number 1. Let's get into step number 2. All right, so step number 2 is very simple. You need to go sign up for a Memberstack account, just like this. And then we need to install our Memberstack code snippet into our site header. So we're just gonna copy this. We'll come back to Webflow. I'll go to project settings. I'll go to custom code, go to my header code, paste, save my changes, and then publish my site. That's step number 2. All right, step number 3 is we need to create our login and sign up forms inside of Webflow. So to do that, I'm just gonna go to my sign up page, and I've already dropped in a form here. I've just cloned something from the Memberstack library, which is very simple, just copy and paste, all right? But you can also just drop in your own custom form from inside of Webflow, Command K, and drop in a form. Either way, it doesn't matter. Then we're going to grab our form div, all right? Not our form block, our form div one level below, okay? And to that form div, we're gonna go to settings, and we're going to add a custom attribute. Now, a custom attribute basically just links this form back to Memberstack and gives us all that Memberstack functionality inside of Webflow. So I'm gonna come down here, I'm gonna hit this plus button, we're gonna add a custom attribute, and I'm just gonna say data ms form value of sign up, okay? Because this is my sign up form, all right? Then I'm gonna come down to my email form input field right here, all right? I'm gonna add a custom attribute as well. This one is gonna be data-ms-member value of email, okay? So essentially this email field is now linked back to my Memberstack email address field right here for my members, okay? So we just link that. I'm gonna do the same thing for password. I'm gonna add a custom attribute, data ms member value of password, okay? And then on this one also, we've got like this little, I'll show you this here in a second. We've got this little show hide button for whenever we type in a password. It'll show your password when you type it in. So to do that, we're just gonna do data-show value of true, okay? So that's that. We're gonna do the same thing on our login form. So we're just gonna come over here. I'm gonna grab the form div, not the form block, the form div. I'm gonna type in a new custom attribute, data ms form value of login, okay, because this is our login form. I'm going to then add the exact same custom attributes to my email and password field that I just did for my sign up form. Data MS member email. And then for my password, add a custom attribute, data MS member password. And then one more, data dash show equals true. Okay. And again, that just gives us this little show functionality button right here when we're live on our site. Now, step number 4 is we need to actually go in and create the subscription plans that our visitors can subscribe to on our website. So in this case, we're going to make 3 of them, one for $25 a month, one for $50 a month, and one for $100 a month. All right, so let's go make those plans back in Memberstack right now. It's very simple. So we'll go to Memberstack. I'll come down here to plans. I'm going to hit add plan. Now, there's a couple options here. I've made a video in the past about how to make a free plan. I'll have that linked right up here right now. But in this video, we're doing paid plans, which is a little more complex. So I'm going to hit paid plan. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to give it a name. And I'm just going to say basic plan. Okay, so that'll be our cheap one. I'll hit create plan, just like that. Now I want to give it a price. So I'm going to come up here and hit add. And you're going to see that when we make our first plan, we need to connect to our Stripe account. So if you don't have a Stripe account, you're going to have to connect that right here. So to do that, you're going to hit connect, and that's going to launch Stripe for us. And we're going to have to go this whole process of adding an address, your legal name, your social security, all this. Just go through the process. I'm not going to show it in detail here. Just go through the process and set up your Stripe account. All right, so now that we're connected to Stripe, we can add a price to our paid plans. So I'm just going to give this a name. And I'm just going to say basic. That's our basic plan. And it's going to be recurring $25 every 1 month. Okay. And I'll say create price. Create new price. Okay. So there's our first plan. Then I'll add my second plan. It'll be another paid plan. This one's going to be my intermediate plan. I'll hit create plan. I'm going to add a price to this one as well. And I'm just going to call it intermediate, and this one's going to be $50 every 1 month recurring. I'll hit create price. All right, so I've got 2 plans. I want one more. I'm going to hit add plan, paid plan, next, same thing, and this is going to be our advanced plan or whatever you want to call it. All right, I'm going to add a price to my advanced plan. Call it advanced, recurring. This one's going to be $100 every 1 month, and we'll hit create price. All right, so now we have 3 separate plans, a basic for 25, an intermediate for 50, and an advanced for 100. That is step number 4. All right, so step number 5 is we need to link these 3 plans that we just made to the 3 plans in our pricing table on our website. So essentially, when I click this button right here, I'm going to be brought to a sign up page that will add me to a basic $25 plan. If I click this button right here, it will bring me to a sign up page that will add me to an advanced $100 a month plan. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come to each of these 3 buttons and make sure that we are linking to our sign up page. All right. So when we click them, we get brought to our sign up page. All right. And then what we need to do is we need to come back into Memberstack and link these to those buttons. So for our basic plan, I'm going to scroll down and I have these custom attributes right here. All right. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come here, and this is our basic plan, remember. I'm going to come to our basic plan button. I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to add a custom attribute right here. All right. Data MS price colon, and then I'm going to change, it gives you an option, either add or update. For our purposes, I'm going to change this to update. All right. And I'll tell you why here in a second. So you want to do data-ms-price colon update. Okay, and then we're going to go grab our value. All right, and our value for the basic plan is right here. And so we'll just paste that in just like that right there. Okay, so it looks kind of goofy, but that's what you want it to look like for the basic plan. And we do the same thing for the intermediate and the advanced. So I'll come to intermediate, scroll down, we grab this, we add a custom attribute, we paste this in. I'm going to change add to update again. And then I'm going to go grab my value for the intermediate plan. Paste it in right there. And one more time with the advanced, I'm going to come to my advanced plan, scroll down, grab this, change it to update. then go grab my advanced value right there. Now, the reason I'm changing from add to update here is pretty simple. Essentially, if I leave it as add and someone starts on the basic plan and then wants to update to the intermediate plan, for example, the intermediate plan will be added to their profile and they'll be paying me $25 and $50 for both plans. I don't want that to happen. I want to just update their subscription. I want to update them from basic to advanced, so they're just paying me $100 a month. Does that make sense? That's why we're changing from add to update. Now, you might have a different use case where you want somebody to be on 2 separate plans simultaneously. In that case, you would leave it as add. All right, so step number 6 is we need to create gated content that you can only access if you are subscribed to one of these 3 subscription plans. All right, so to do that, we're going to come back to Memberstack, and we're going to stay right here on our plans page. I'm going to come to my basic plan. I'm going to come to gated content, this little tab right here. I'm going to hit add. And this is where I'm going to create my gated content. Now remember, if I come back to Webflow, I have 3 different pages here that are housing my content that I want gated. I have a basic newsletter page right here where my newsletter is going to live. I have an intermediate online course page right here where my course is going to live. And then I have a book page right here, okay? So all 3 of those are where my content lives. So in order to gate this, I'm going to come back to Memberstack. I'm going to give this a name. So this will be our basic plan. And we're just going to call this newsletter, okay? So if you're on the basic plan, you get the newsletter. Now we can restrict specific URLs here. This is very important. I'm going to go to equal to, and I want to restrict the newsletter URL from Webflow right here. So I'm going to come to my page. I'm going to grab my slug for whatever I've named this page. And I'm going to paste it in right here, the little /. All right. So that URL right there, that basic newsletter page right here is restricted unless you're on the basic subscription plan. Okay, so that's where we restrict it right there. That's essentially where we create the paywall. If you are not on the basic subscription plan and you don't have access to the newsletter page, well, I'm going to send you to the pricing page that we just set up where you can then pick your plan and sign up. Okay, so that's where you're going to get sent if you get denied. And then, this is very important, we're going to add anybody on the basic plan, on the intermediate plan, and on the advanced plan will have access to the newsletter. Okay? So basically, if you pay for any of the subscription plans, you get the newsletter. Okay? I'm going to hit save. That's the first one. I'm then going to come to my intermediate plan. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit add, gated content. This one is going to be my online course. Okay? I'm going to restrict my online course page to only people on the intermediate plan. Right, so I'm going to come grab my slug right here. Just like this. I'm going to paste it in. All right. And then I'm going to come and same thing. If you don't have access, I'm going to send you to the sign up pricing page. And on this, I only want people on the intermediate and the advanced plan to have access to the online course. If you're only on the basic plan, you don't get access to this. You only get the newsletter. So I'll hit save. And then last but not least, I'll come to advanced and I'll do the same thing. This will be our ebook. I'm going to restrict specific URLs to that page, to my advanced book page right here. Okay, so you can't have access to that page in Webflow unless you're on the advanced plan. Again, if you don't have access to the ebook, I'm going to send you to the pricing page. And then only the advanced people get access to that page. So I'll hit save. All right, so we can see now the basic plan, they have access to the newsletter, but not the course or the ebook. The intermediate plan gets the newsletter and the online course, but they don't get the ebook. And the advanced gets all 3. So that is step number 6. All right, now step number 7 is we need to set up our redirects around our website. So basically, when a subscriber does something on our website, where do they get sent in different instances? So to do this, it's very easy. We're going to be right here on our plans tab again. I'm going to come up to redirects. All right, I'm going to set 3 redirects right here. The first one I want to do is on sign up. Now, in our workflow, when somebody signs up to one of our plans, we bring them to this dashboard page right here. Okay, so that's where I want to bring them. So this page is just called dashboard. All right, so I'll go grab my slug just to be safe. But I'll come to sign up, and I just want to if somebody signs up, I want them to redirect to my dashboard page. Okay, I want the same thing on login. So when you log in, and you already pay, I want you brought right to your dashboard, right to your personalized dashboard. Okay. Now on log out, I want you brought to basically our landing page. I want you brought back here. Okay. Like you're not even a user at all. Okay. So this page is called membership home for me. So I'll copy my slug and I'll just on log out, set my redirect just like that. Okay. So that's that. I then want to come back to my plans and I want to set up one more redirect. I'm going to scroll down for each of my plans. I just want to set up a redirect on sign up to that dashboard page. Okay. So just set that for all of your plans as well. All right, now step number 8. I know we're in the trenches right now. We're coming down the home stretch. Hang in there with me. This is the step where we start to see everything come together. So let's go back into Webflow and we need to set up our Navbar. Now, I think the best way to build Navbars for these membership sites is instead of building a different Navbar for each page, one with a login page, one with a sign up page, one with a log out page, it gets kind of messy. I think we build one Navbar, we give it a little bit of conditional functionality that is allowed to us by Memberstack, and then we just use the same Navbar on every single one of our pages of our website. I think it's clean, I think it's simple. I'm gonna show you how to do it right now. All right, so I've just dropped in a little clonable template Navbar here. You can build this custom however you want, but you're gonna need a few things in this Navbar. Firstly, I have links here to all of my different content. All right, so these just link to my different pages. And remember, we set up redirects. So if you're not logged in or you don't have access to one of these specific pieces of content, you're going to get redirected to that pricing page. All right, so have those link out to your content. Now I'm going to jump over here to our logout button because this is a very important piece of our Navbar. If you don't have a logout button on a membership site, you don't have a membership site. All right, so we got to get this set up and we got to make sure that it's working in order for these sites to work for us. So drop in a button and we're going to go to settings. And we're going to add a custom attribute to give us logout functionality. So I'm going to hit add, and I'm going to type in data-ms-action, and my value is going to be logout. Okay. So just like that, that logout button now lets us log out if we're signed in. It's that easy. All right. So now let's come to our login button here, and I want to explain something to you guys. Because we are standardizing our Navbar, because I just want to copy and paste one Navbar to every page, what we're going to have to do is actually give each of our little buttons up here, each of our links, conditional visibility based on the step of our workflow we're in. What am I talking about? Well, let me come to my draft page right here. Remember, this is our landing page. This is our landing page. When somebody comes to our landing page, I don't want them to see a logout button. They're not logged in. I don't want them to see a profile link where they can go edit their profile. They're not logged in. I don't want them to be able to go to their dashboard because they're not logged in. I want them to only see a login button or a sign up button. So in order to do this, we're going to give each of these buttons conditional visibility by using more custom attributes. So let's hop back into Webflow. Let me show you what we're going to do. Let's go to our login button. We're going to add a custom attribute here. It's going to be data-ms-content with a value of !members. Okay. Now, what this is saying is that only non-members, people who are not signed in or signed up, will see this button at any time. Okay. If you are logged in, that button will not show up on the Navbar because you're already logged in. You don't need to see the login button. All right. Let's go to dashboard. We're going to follow our logic here. Same thing. Data-ms-content. And this one, my value is going to be members. Okay. So basically only if you're logged in are you going to see the dashboard link on your Navbar. Okay. If you're not logged in, you don't have a dashboard. So you can't see that link and you can't go to a dashboard. Okay. Profile. Let's follow our logic again. Data-ms-content. Value. I only want my members to see that. Only if you're logged in or signed up do I want you to be able to go and edit your profile on a profile editing page. Let's go to the sign up button. We're going to add a custom attribute here. Data-ms-content. And this one, I'm going to do the ! members because I only want people who are not signed up or logged in to see the sign up button. And then last but not least, same exact logic here. We're going to add one more custom attribute, data-ms-content with a value of members. Okay. Because only if you're signed in or signed up can you see a logout button. So if I publish this, I can kind of show you what we just did so you can kind of see it visually. So when I come here to my home and I hit refresh, you can see that the dashboard, the profile, and the logout button have just disappeared because we are not signed in. All right, so the last thing we need to do here is we just need to copy and paste this navbar across all the pages of our site, just like this. All right, so now every single page on our website has that custom conditional navbar functionality that we just built in. So just copy and paste these across your pages. All right, guys, we are almost there. We've got 2 more steps. The next thing we want to do is we just want to give our logged in users profile setting functionality. If you have a user and they're logged in, there needs to be a profile settings page for them to update their email, update their password, and manage or cancel their subscription plans. So in order to do that, I'm going to go to my profile page here. And same thing, I've just dropped in a couple clonables here from the Memberstack library. All right. So I have an update email address form right here. All right. And to get update email address functionality live in Webflow, we're going to just do the same thing we've been doing all video. We're going to choose our form div right here, not our form block, our form div. We're going to add a custom attribute to it, and we're just going to call it data-ms-form value of email. And then in the input field, we're going to add a custom attribute, data-ms-member value of email. Okay, so we're just linking fields here. So now someone can come to this page and update their email address. I'm going to drop in an update password clonable from the Memberstack library. We're going to do something very similar. In order for somebody to be able to update their password, we're again going to choose the form div. We're going to our custom attribute down here. We're going to add one. And it's going to be data-ms-form value of password. We're going to go to our current password input field. We're going to add an attribute, data-ms-member value current password. And then we're going to come to our new password input field, where we're going to type in your new password, data-ms-member value new password. All right. So just like that, we now have update password functionality inside of Webflow by linking to Memberstack. Now, the last thing we want to do on this page is we want to make sure that someone who is signed up for a plan can either change their plan or cancel their plan. Okay. So we're going to do 2 things here. First thing, I'm going to drop in a form and I'm going to create a link block inside that form. All right. It's not a form button, it's a link block. And I'm just going to call it update plan. And I'm going to link that back to my pricing table. All right. So if somebody wants to manage their plan from inside their profile page, they can just link right back to that pricing table and update or change their plan. All right. So add that in there. I think that's nice. And then here, this is our form button. So to this button, we're going to add some Stripe cancel plan functionality by adding another custom attribute. So I'm going to click the button. I'm going to come to custom attribute and I'm going to add one called data-ms-action value customer-portal. Okay. All right. So what that is going to do is when somebody clicks that button, it is going to launch a Stripe portal, which will let them cancel their plan. All right. So make sure you have that in there as well. That is step number 9. All right, guys. So step number 10 is a little cherry on top I like to put on all of my paid membership site Sundays. What we're going to do here is if somebody is, let's say they're on the basic plan and they come to update their plan, which links back to their pricing page right here. All right. I want somebody on the basic plan to know that this is the plan they're currently on by this button being a different color. If they're on the intermediate plan, I want them to know that they have the newsletter and the online course already included. So in order to do this, we're going to come to our pricing button here, Command K, I'm going to add in a div. All right. And I'm going to call this div, I don't know, your plan or something like that. Okay. Doesn't matter. All right. I'm going to change the background to white, whatever color you want. And I'm going to give myself the same radius as the button. All right. I'm going to come to my pricing button. I'm going to make this relative. Okay. And then I'm going to make this new button down here absolute full inside of my pricing button. Okay. So it's now just on top of my button. Now I'm going to add a little bit of spacing here, maybe 2 pixels, 3 pixels, just to give it a little red border. So I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to type in something like, I don't know, newsletter unlocked, because they already have it unlocked. They're on the basic plan. They already have the newsletter. All right. Something like that, whatever you want to do. And then I'll come over here. I'll paste this in as well. And I'll change this to online course unlocked. All right. And then this one will be ebook unlocked. Okay. Now, how are we going to give this conditionality? How is it going to know that, like, if I'm on the basic plan, that only this one shows up and these two do not? Well, surprise, we're going to add some more custom attributes. All right, so I'm going to come to my div of my new button. All right, and I'm going to come and add a custom attribute in, and it's going to be data-ms-content. Okay, and then I'm going to come back to Memberstack. I'm going to go to my basic plan. I'm going to go to my gated content. And you see these little copyables over here? These are the names of my unique content IDs. Okay. So for my basic plan, I have a content ID of newsletter. All right. So I'm just going to add my value of newsletter right there. So if I have access to the newsletter, this white div will show up on top of my button. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing for my intermediate, and that will be my online course. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come here to this new button I added, data-ms-content. I'm going to paste in online course. So if you have access to the online course, this button will show up just like that. Then lastly, same thing, data-ms-content. This one will be our ebook. Okay. We'll just go paste that in right here. And so now, if you have access to the ebook, well, this will show up on all of your buttons and you'll know what plan you're on. All right, so that's step number 10. Let's publish this bad boy and test everything out. All right, guys, so let's take it from the top. We are on our landing page right here. You can see we have a link to our newsletter, our course, and our ebook. We have a login button and a sign up button. If I click the newsletter, well, I don't have access to it, so I'm brought to the pricing page. Same thing for online course and ebook. All right, let me come back. If I hit login, I'm brought to my login page right here. Okay. If I hit sign up, I'm brought to my pricing page. Perfect. Okay, awesome. So that is looking like it is working. So let's hit sign up. I'm going to choose the basic plan, and I'm going to sign up. So I'm just going to make up a fake email here, and I'm going to make a fake password. Okay, I'm going to hit sign up. All right, perfect. So I'm brought right here to my Stripe page, and I can just type in fake card information here, pretend I'm signing up, just like this, and I'm on the basic plan, $25 a month. Perfect. Love it. Little zip code here. And I'll hit subscribe, and now I should be brought to my dashboard page because I will be signed up and logged in. All right, perfect. So I'm now on my dashboard page. Sweet. Let's check out our Navbar. You can see we still have access to these 3 links. I now have access to our dashboard, our profile, and a logout button. I don't see my login button, and I don't see my sign up button. Perfect. That Navbar conditionality is working. All right, so I'm on the basic plan. I should have access to the newsletter, but I should not have access to the online course or the ebook. So I'll hit newsletter. Perfect. I can see our newsletter. If I hit course, I'm brought back to the pricing page. Perfect. If I hit ebook, same thing. So I can't get into those still, which is perfect. If I come back to dashboard, I'm brought to our dashboard, and that is looking good. All right, let me go to our profile page. I want to update my plan to the intermediate plan. All right, so I'm going to come down here to update plan, which is going to bring me back to my pricing page, and you can see that, all right, sweet. I see that this is my current plan. I only have the newsletter, but I want to get started with the intermediate plan. So let me hit get started here. I'm brought back to the Stripe window. I'm going to hit update plan. I'm going to select intermediate plan and hit continue. So I'm going to switch my plans. Perfect. I'm going to hit confirm. Now remember, because we switched from add to update, I'm not adding an intermediate plan to my basic plan. I'm only updating it. So I'll only be paying $50 a month, not $75 for the basic and intermediate. Okay. Perfect. So we are now signed up there. And we're brought to our dashboard. So now I'm on the intermediate plan. I should have access to the newsletter and the online course. Perfect. But not the ebook. Sweet. We can see now that this is now updated. So I can see that both of those I have unlocked, but not this one yet. Perfect. Let's come back to my profile. I want to update my email address. All right, let's go check in Memberstack at our members page and just make sure that I'm in there. Perfect. There I am. I'm only on the intermediate plan. Sweet. Let me update my email now. So let's just add in another 2 here. I'm going to hit update email. Perfect. My email's been updated. Sweet. So that's working perfectly. Let me update my password as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I now want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. I'll hit update password. Okay. Perfect. Password has been updated. Sweet. All right. So let me now come to my logout button, just like this. Cool. I'm brought back to my landing page. I'm going to log in with my new password and my new email. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. I have show functionality here, which we added with that one custom attribute. Perfect. I'm going to hit login. Sweet, I'm logged in. So my email and password updating is working. This is looking great. The next thing I want to do is I want to sign up for my advanced plan. So I'm going to go to update plan. I'm going to get started with the advanced plan. Make sure this is working. Update my plan. Select, continue. I'm going to hit confirm. Again, we're not adding the advanced plan. We're just updating to the advanced plan. So we'll only be paying $100 a month. Okay, perfect. I'll hit return. I'm brought to my dashboard. I now should have access to the ebook as well, which I do. So I have access to all 3. This is looking really, really good, guys. I'm loving this. I want to come lastly to my profile page, and I want to cancel my plan. All right, I don't want to pay it anymore. It's too much. $100 a month for this junk. Let's bail on this. So I'm going to hit cancel plan and cancel plan. All right. Whatever, it's too expensive. I'm out. I'm going to hit submit. And awesome. Looks like we are done with that. I'm going to hit this. I'm brought back to my dashboard. Now, one thing to note is I still have access to everything because I paid the money and it will expire in like 30 days. All right. But after 30 days, these will then go away. All right. So I'll log out, and that is that. So guys, I know that was a super long video. I think it was packed with a ton of good value. I hope this helps you guys build out your paid membership sites inside of Webflow by using Memberstack 2.0. If you guys have any questions or you're working on a specific use case that is giving you issues or you're just having any problems at all, go down to the email in the description below, shoot me a note, and we can work together so that your projects can come to life. If you enjoyed this video, go down and smash that like button for me. I really, really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing. That would be awesome. And I'll see you all on next week's video. Peace.